I was born September 14, 1972 in Kuwait City, Kuwait. So I was born in the Middle East, but I'm not Arab, as you guys should know now. We're Assyrian. But when my parents left the Middle East, they settled in Chicago. Around the age of 6.5, there was a 9-year-old Lebanese Assyrian kid who started talking to me about Jesus Christ. He came and he told me, do you know who Jesus Christ is? I said, no, I don't know who Jesus is. He goes, well, he's the Son of God who loved you so much that he came to die for you. I was rocked, even at that young age. So the gist of it that night was, I just said, Jesus, I don't know how to invite you in, but I know you're the Son of God, and I love you, and I want you in my life. So that began my journey into the Christian faith. Fast forward, teenage years, fell away, started doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. But then around close to the age of 18, my life was like pretty much empty and miserable. I got into bodybuilding, got into kickboxing because I wanted to be the Assyrian Bruce Lee. The more I got into bodybuilding and martial arts, the more empty I felt. So I became hungry for God again. So the doorman, African-American named Hallis, he would keep uttering the word Allah. He would say, praise be Almighty Allah. So that got my attention. I said, can I ask you a question? Where did you learn this word Allah from? And then he started talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He kept talking about the Holy Quran. So I said, can you get me a copy? And he gave me a copy, and I was floored and I was shocked because I never knew that there's a religious text that mentions Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Jesus. And then I became introduced to Malcolm X. So I got his autobiography, ate it up. I became convinced, as foolish and stupid as it sounds, and I'm embarrassed about it, Islam was true. But because of my foundation, had it not been for that 9-year-old boy planting the seed, only God knows what would have happened to me, because my reaction was, go back and read the Bible. I started reading the Bible, and I fell in love with Jesus.
No, wait. Were you a practicing Muslim for a period, or were you just fascinated?
Well, not technically, because according to traditional Islam, Nation of Islam, they're heretical. They believe that Allah is actually a black man, and he flies around in the mothership. I wasn't at all a Muslim, because traditional Sunni Islam would never accept these teachings. So as I started reading the Bible, fell in love with Jesus Christ. And then I had a passion to try to reach out to my Muslim buddy. And as he started hearing about Christ, he fell more in love with Christ. So his Muslim friends didn't like it. So they brought in the big guns. They brought in a Muslim apologist. And he had a folder. He walked into church, put it on the table, opened up, and he had sections. One section on refuting the Trinity from the Bible, and had all the verses lined up. Another section on Bible contradictions. Another section on how the Bible prophesied Muhammad, and he tore me to shreds. After getting humiliated, I remember praying, Lord, if you give me answers, I promise to commit myself to never allowing any other Christian to be humiliated by a Muslim again. And here I am.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Wow.